Hey everybody, I'm just making a quick video here for us to discuss some division problems. We're going to take it back and go a little bit simpler and then build up to division with a remainder. So here we have the problem 8 divided by 2. I could also write that as 8 over 2. We can use that as a division symbol, or we could write it out using that division symbol. All of those mean the same thing. And when we say 8 divided by 2, we're asking how many sets of 2 are there in 8? So we could do that visually with 8 objects and just grouping them into sets of 2. And we can see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of 2. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. Another way we could do that is by subtracting 2 repeatedly. Just like multiplication is repeated addition, division is repeated subtraction. So I could say 8 subtract 2 is 6. We haven't gotten to 0 yet. So we would subtract 2 again to get 4, still not to 0. Subtract 2 again, still not to 0. Subtract 2 again, and we're at 0. So how many times did we have to subtract 2? A total of 4 times. So we can say 2 goes into 8 4 times. Let's try a slightly more difficult problem. Let's do 636 divided by 6. So let's ask ourselves, looking at the hundreds place, we have a 6. How many times will 6 go into 6? In other words, how many times could I subtract 6 before I got to 0? The answer is 1. So I would put a 1 above that 6 to indicate, yep, I can subtract it 1 time. Let's do that. We get 0. Perfect. That's what we were going for. Now let's look at the tens place. How many times can we subtract 6 from 3? We can't, right? That would take us into the negatives, and we don't want that. So we'll put a 0 as a placeholder above the 3. How many times can 6 be subtracted from 36 before we get to 0? 6 times. So we would put a 6 above here, and then 6 times 6 is 36. So let's do 36 minus 36. I'm just writing down here to give myself some room. And that gives us 0. So what that means is 6 goes into 636 exactly 106 times. All right, let's step up that difficulty one more time. Let's do 521 divided by 10. So first we ask ourselves, in that hundreds place, does 10 go into 5? Could I subtract 10 from 5? Nope, I cannot. So let's put a 0 as a placeholder. Okay, let's move on to the tens place. Can 10 go into 52? How many times could I subtract 10 from 52? Well, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I could subtract it 5 times. So we'll put a 5 up here. 5 times 10 is 50. You guys notice how I'm lining up my numbers and I'm using the lines on the page to keep that organized. Let's subtract it. When I subtract 50 from 52, that gives me 2. Can 10 go into 2? If I do 2 minus 10, can I do that repeatedly to get to 0? No, because 2 is smaller than 10. So I need to drop my 1 down and think of this as 21. Can I subtract 10 from 21? Yes, I can do it 2 times. So let's put a 2 up here to say 2 times 10. That gets me 20. I'll subtract them and get 1. Can 10 go into 1? If I do 1 minus 10, I'm going to go way past 0, so we can't divide it. But we've run out of numbers here to drop down. So our response is to call this our remainder. 52 with a remainder of 1. In other words, we could do 10 times 52 and then add 1 to get to that number.